The 08-09 Steelers, all right? They beat the Cardinals on a miraculous Antonio Holmes grab in the back of the end zone. The AFC was loaded, all right? Unfortunately, they faced the 6 seed Ravens in the AFC title game, took care of the business, and it was just a different time, right? I remember watching the hits that we watched, and now looking back on them, I'm sure the modern day fan would, I don't know, they'd probably cringe and they would feel a certain way. They'd probably grimace. But man, these Steelers, they hit hard. They had Hines Ward, who was a top tier all around receiver, blocked downfield. This Steelers team was tough. Yeah, they got it done. This would have been Big Ben's second Super Bowl. And yeah, it was. That's my number 10, man. What about you?
Quick little response because I know we want to get through these. I just wanted to say, love the take. I don't have them on my list, but that's my favorite Madden of all time was Madden 10 with the split cover there between Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu. Just fantastic stuff. My number 10, Gagan. I'm kind of out here breaking a rule, I guess, already. I'm going to defend it, and I'm going to honor it because I've already selected it. But I took the 1990 season Rams because the Super Bowl technically took place in 2000. I think that gives me an out. It's the greatest show on turf, Rams. I mean, look, Marshall Faulk, Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. Like, I don't know what more you want. They were just a fantastic, fantastic offensive team. And the way that they won it as well, we already got into that on the last pod, but just, getting it 1 yard short on the Titans, just being able to solidify that. Just awesome, awesome season.
Hey, well said. I mean, that was one of the best teams growing up. And yeah, hey, I like it. All right, my number 9, actually. The 2011 Green Bay Packers winning the Super Bowl over the Steelers. Rodgers' only Super Bowl win, and he got it done. That team was stacked. Really nothing more to it, right? It's his only win. It was, I believe the Super Bowl score was 31-25. And yeah, props to Rodgers. It's his only Super Bowl.
There you go. I included Aaron Rodgers on the list as if we haven't talked about him enough this episode. I love it. I'll go ahead and get you with my number 9 here. I went with a reoccurring theme on my list, but the 2018 season Patriots. This is the least dominant Pats team that is on my list. Their defense was very good, but the offense with Tom and Gronk, it just felt a little bit older and slower than the other Patriots teams. They got it done, though, and they beat a very young McVay and company and the Rams. They were able to get it done. It was one of the most boring Super Bowl games ever, but that Patriots team knew how to win. They were kind of like the grizzled veterans at that point. Not what they once were, but still good enough to get the win. So
fair enough. I like it. You know what? I've got the 18 Patriots too on my list, but not that low. All right, number 8, 2013 Baltimore Ravens. All right, this is the Horror Bowl for those that will remember it. And the lights went out. San Francisco rallied, but they fell just short. Look, this Ravens team, they took out Brady in New England, and they took out the number 1 seeded Broncos with Peyton Manning in Denver as well. The Joe Flacco and company were just on a hot streak, and I don't know. This team didn't make sense, but they got it done.
I love that. That was probably my 11 team, if I'm being honest with you. And I think I kept them off just out of spite a little bit because we were big fans of that Seahawks-Niners rivalry. And when the Niners win, there's no secret that at that Super Bowl party, me and you were definitely the only 2 people rooting for the Niners in that game. And I just give a little backstory on that. And we are still to this day waiting on those referees to throw that flag for pass interference on that Ravens defense. Am I right, Gagan?
Agreed. Crabtree, come on. That was PI.
Absolutely. And it was catchable, too. Just want to tell that to the refs. But no more conspiracy theories on the refs for me, the rest of the pod. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take for my number 8 team, the 2003 season Patriots. They went 14-2 that season. They beat the Panthers to win it all. Colts and Titans along the way as well. Very respectable teams during that era. Brady really started showing that year that the league was officially his. And plus, they had Richard Seymour, Willie McGinnis, Ty Law, Teddy Bruschi, Rodney Harrison. They had all beasts. I mean, that roster was absolutely loaded with talent. It's very hard not to put them on the list.
Well said. All right, so that was a perfect transition. The '03 Patriots are my number 7 team as well. And yes, heartbreak to beat my Panthers in the finals. They were just they were very dominant, and quite honestly, Peyton Manning threw 4 picks in that AFC title game against them. Yeah, this Ty Law, that was just a whole different team. I have them a little lower, but they were right there, and you explained them as well. So, who do you got at 7?
Absolutely, and I think it's fair to have those, man. I mean, look, we didn't compare any notes. We didn't see what the other person had. Very interesting that we both have them ranked in that 8 to 7 spot. So I'll go ahead and give you my number 7 now. I'm going to only go up 1 year. I'm going to keep the trend going. This marks my 3rd Patriots team in the row, but it's the 2004 Patriots. I'm going to keep this super short. They beat the Colts, the Steelers, and the Eagles, and they had another dominant year. They were a little bit more refined, in my opinion. I think you saw them just get a little bit better from that '03 season and showed it, back-to-back 14 in 2 years. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep it very simple on that. If you have one on the other, it's hard not to have both seasons. So just had to give some respect.
Fair enough. That's a little too low for me, but hey, that's okay. All right, number 6 for. This is a shout out to you. Your 2002 Buccaneers, all right? This is the scariest all-around defense I've ever seen. Barber, Brooks, Sapp, John Lynch. This league allowed all sorts of hitting, and the Buccaneers took great advantage of this.
I appreciate you putting some respect on the pirate ship and the Buccaneers, man. That is great to hear. I think I'll have them a little bit higher up on this list, but I'll go ahead and get you my number 6 team here, a team that I think we both enjoyed watching, the 2013 season Seattle Seahawks. And I'm going to be completely frank with everybody. This is the best secondary of all time, in my opinion. Before you start bashing me, Sherman and Browner absolutely revolutionized the corner position for the modern era. They bullied people at the line. Rules were changed due to them. And you had Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas, 2 Hall of Fame level talents lurking behind them. That's just insane. So I'm going to double down. Best secondary ever. Marshawn Lynch also steering the offense was awesome. Seeing beast mode in his prime get those amount of carries per game. And, when Percy Harvin was healthy that year, which was very seldom, he was absolutely electric every time he touched the football, which is why he had that kick return touchdown in the Super Bowl as well. Just a really, really fun team that defense could get to anybody.